Good afternoon. It's so nice to meet you. I'm your nutrition counselor, Chloe, and I was wondering how you'd like to be addressed today. You just like Monica or
Yeah,
give a nickname?
Monica's fine.
Okay, all right. Well, it's nice to meet you. And are you comfortable here?
Yes, this is perfect.
Okay. So I'm just gonna ask you some questions about your eating patterns, and then I was wondering if you've ever met with a nutrition counselor before.
I have not.
No? Okay, sounds good. Well, as a peer nutrition educator, I can only provide you some education on a few topics because I'm not an expert yet. So I have eating on a budget, reading a nutrition label, or eating a balanced diet. Do any of those sound interesting?
Yeah, I think maybe the first one, the eating on a budget.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, all right, I'll remember that as we talk today. And then I want you to know that you can, feel free to stop me at any time if you're just uncomfortable, or if you just want to hit the road, you're welcome to. So just let me know, okay? And my peer is just going to be taking notes about what I'm doing, and then only Dr. George is going to see all this information. So it's confidential, all right? And then I have a verbal agreement for you to sign, or written agreement, if you don't mind. You can take your time reading it if you want. Just say we're going to use your information for practice. Alright, thank you. And are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start by asking you a few questions about your daily life to get some better ideas of the challenges that might support and exist in your routine with your eating patterns. So first of all, what grade are you?
I'm a junior.
Junior? Nice. And do you live on or off campus?
Off campus.
Off campus. How long is your commute?
It's a very long commute. I have 2 hours to get here.
Oh my gosh.
Just to get here, and then 2 hours, of course, to go back home.
Where do you live, if you don't mind me asking?
Pleasanton?
Oh wow. And do you drive or?
No, I take BART, which
BART?
I think is part of the reason why it's so long between
Yeah.
BART and buses and waiting for them.
Yeah. Wow. What? Did you come here just for this or?
No.
Okay,
I actually just had DFM, so I just
Okay,
had
good.
class.
I'm just like, oh, you're forcing your community so far. Okay. All right. So now we're just gonna do some food question-related things. So, how often do you think you buy meals and/or snacks out of your house, on campus or restaurants or convenience stores? Never to always in that kind of range.
I think it's definitely very often. I think it's
Often?
almost to the point of always, but not quite there.
Okay, I'll put often for you. And then, how often do you buy meals out on a weekend? Do you cook at home on the weekends or more
I
go
think
out?
it tends to be a little bit less than often, so maybe
Okay.
rarely. I don't
Yeah,
know,
I'll put
like
sometimes. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. And then, how often do you buy snacks out, on campus or fast food?
I usually don't buy snacks.
No
If
snacks
I do,
out?
it's like a full meal. Yeah.
Okay,
So no snacks.
so I'll do never for that. All right, that sounds good. Thank you. And then I'm just gonna take a second to kind of total your response. Looks like you're kind of varied here. And now we're gonna do a 24-hour recall. So I'm gonna talk about the food and beverages and snacks that you had yesterday. So starting from the time you woke up till the time you went to sleep, I just want you to give me your list here, and then we're going to start with the first thing you had when you woke up, okay?
Okay. So I usually start my mornings with coffee. So it's
Coffee.
usually a plain black coffee with soy milk and sugar.
Alright, soy milk and sugar. And what time do you think that's around? I know it probably varies depending on your classes.
It's usually actually always at 5 in the morning.
5?
So.
Ooh, early day.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, thank you. And then, did you eat anything with your coffee, or maybe later in the day?
No, I didn't. So after my coffee,
Mhm.
sorry.
No, go ahead and think. I can never remember what I ate yesterday, so take your time.
Okay, yesterday was Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so actually for lunch I had a burrito. So I had a beef burrito.
Yum, beef burrito. And was it rice, beans?
Yes, it was rice, beans, it had guac, it had sour cream, it had a little bit of everything. It had pico de gallo,
Uh-huh. And was it on like a regular tortilla?
Regular
Thank
tortilla.
you.
Yeah.
And salsa. Okay. And then what did you have after that? Can you remember?
That was actually the last thing I ate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What time was that at?
That one was at 3.
3.
It was a very big portion. So I
Yeah.
was hungry for the rest of the day.
I get it. Yeah.
But I did have a Coke with that. Sorry,
A Coke
I
with
just
that?
remembered.
Oh yeah, no worries. Coke with that. Okay. So you just had the coffee in the morning. Do you know, like, could you give me an estimate? Was it a tall? Was it a medium? Yeah,
It
like
would be probably a medium.
medium coffee. Okay, thank you.
Just give me 1 second. Let me think because that's so little. I usually definitely eat more during
It's
my
okay.
day.
Yeah, if you start recalling things, just let me know. I can always add it in. So yeah, take your time. Did you have any snacks? Like, did you bring like a granola bar with you to school or anything like
No,
that?
I had a short day.
Yeah.
Which I went home starving, which is why I had such a big burrito.
Uh-huh.
I think that's it. I think I had a sweet tea in the afternoon, but that was just
Yeah.
a beverage. And that's definitely it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the soy milk, did you put like, was it like a latte, like a lot of milk, or like just a little splash? Could you
It
estimate
was-
like maybe with like a cup or like a little
It was
mini
probably around
cup?
half a cup.
Half a cup?
Yeah, it was
Okay,
probably around
thank
half a
you.
cup.
Half a cup of soy milk, and then what kind of sugar do you use?
It's just plain white sugar.
White sugar? Okay, no worries. Now there's like all sorts of sugars
Yeah.
nowadays, so white sugar, and then do you think it was like a little bit, like maybe like one of these would work? Teaspoon, tablespoon? Was it like 1 packet, 2 packets?
Maybe like a
A
teaspoon.
teaspoon?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And then for the burrito, that one's kind of difficult to estimate each thing that was in it.
Yeah.
But maybe how long do you think the burrito was?
It was definitely a big burrito. I would say it was
Yeah.
probably like this.
Like maybe like almost the size of your arm, kind of. A
yeah,
little bit less.
Yeah, a little bit less.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, did you say black beans or were they refried?
I don't
Pinto?
remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe pinto.
Pinto? Okay. Thank you. Perfect. And then the Coke, what about, was it like, do you remember the size? Was it a little one, a big
It was a
one?
medium.
Medium. Was it like a soft drink Coke or the bottled ones?
A soft drink.
Soft drink, thank you. And then sweet tea, same thing, medium.
That one was probably a small. Yeah,
Small?
it was just kind of like a sip.
A
Yeah.
little one? Okay. All right. And then you said that was sometime in the afternoon,
Yeah.
maybe around like after?
Maybe
your-
around 7.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll put that aside for a second.
That one looks really bad.
No.
Sorry.
I'm not judging you at all. Like, this is for practice. Like, everybody has crazy days, where they
Yeah.
don't eat too much, or maybe you eat a little bit more than you usually do. So I'll make a note of that because it sounds like that's not your usual.
It definitely is not. yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's important, to know for the rest of this. So it's not a usual day for you, but it was a busy one, or
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let me figure out where I am here. All right, thank you for sharing your dietary intake with me. And then, as a review, the nutrition education topic you wanted to talk about today was eating on a budget, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, and that's still something you're interested in?
Yeah.
Okay. So my mentor has reviewed the information I'm going to share with you. What I'd like for us to do now is to kind of think about a topic you selected and then work together to create a SMART goal. So a SMART goal is something that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So it's good for like setting yourself up for success with your lifestyle choices. And it doesn't have to be like the biggest goal we've ever made, but just something that you can see yourself actually doing. Okay. And then let's see. So you want to eat on a budget. How much on a scale of 1 to 10 are you like ready to eat on a budget?
So it's funny. I'm very good at going grocery shopping.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go grocery shopping and
Mhm.
I'll have food in my fridge. The only thing is that I feel like I oftentimes just don't have either the time or the energy to,
Mhm.
get home and cook.
Yeah.
And so that's usually when I find myself eating out.
Yeah.
So it's usually the days that are very hectic for me that I just don't want to go home and cook. Other than that, I'm usually really good at not eating out.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty set on it. Like I would say that I'm definitely like I'm definitely ready to stop spending money on food,
Yeah.
on eating out, and yeah.
So like
yeah.
like a 10?
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
like
so.
9 or 10, yeah. Because I think like when you're eating on a budget, like it's crazy how expensive eating out can be. So I think
So
that's good that you want to, try to start eating at home more because you can probably budget yourself out a little bit better.
Mhm.
So I guess we'll do the goal first and then I'll show you the pamphlet I have for eating on a budget, okay? So once again, it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So let's try to come up with a goal together for like your week, maybe something that you feel you can do. So maybe with like meal prepping help a little bit, or like say if you bought a bell pepper and it's just sitting in your fridge, like you're not going to want to cut it up in the morning when you're already rushing to school, you're going to kind of want that like prep so you could just grab it and go. So maybe would that be something you're interested in, like making grab and go meals?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. One of the things that I feel like I have struggled in the past when I did do that was that I find that oftentimes my meals are very plain for the
Yeah.
day, or like I find myself eating the same thing and then I get bored of it.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for me to keep it going, like
Yeah.
I'll be fine for a week and then, I'll notice that my body's like healthier and stuff because the food that I'm intaking are, actually vegetables and things that I'm supposed to be eating. But then they'll eventually get to the point where like everything's so plain, like my chicken just tastes like chicken and then my rice just tastes like rice and I just get bored of it. So that is the only problem that I have with like meal prepping.
Meal prepping, yeah.
But for example, Mondays and Wednesdays tend to be my longest days at school, so I would definitely see that working for those days that
Okay.
that I'm just so busy that I just need food to go.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to pull up the budget pamphlet here so we can kind of take a look at it here. Because it's also looking at stuff like the unit price, so if you're saying you're not a huge fan of like meal prepping, I get that. I personally don't love eating the same thing every day.
Yeah.
So it's good to have variations, but are you much of like a snacker or are you like more like meals?
No, I definitely am more meals.
More meals,
Yeah.
because like I'm a snacker, so I like having a bunch of little Ziploc bags I could just take with me to school. But yeah, maybe we can figure out some meals. So here's like a budget planning, budget shopper, budget chef, budget eater. So you can kind of take a look at that. If you're gonna be cooking your own meals, it's important. Like, do you eat meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important to look at like the unit price, which is like this little number over here. When you're purchasing meat so you can get like the best deal, because I know meat is usually the most expensive thing when you're buying your groceries. So if you're trying to eat on a budget, I think looking at that, or buying maybe some like cheaper meats or like substitutes, like beans are good protein, or tofu. I don't know how you feel about those.
Yeah.
Does that seem like something you want to do?
Yeah, definitely. That's actually pretty helpful.
Yeah, okay. And then, so if we were to make a goal, let's see, I guess we can more relate it to like your grocery store planning, right? And then you can kind of decide what you want to do for the week with your food. So specifically, so do you think that meat is like the most expensive thing you're buying, or is there other ingredients that like you commonly buy? Like I know fruits and veggies can get up there too,
Yeah, I think it's definitely the meats for me because I know that I usually am not very good at cooking my veggies, so I usually buy them frozen.
Oh yeah, that's
so
a
that
good
tends
way
to
to
be a
go.
little bit cheaper, and so I'm not wasting, my veggies aren't necessarily going bad.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the meats are the most expensive. And when I go
Okay.
grocery shopping, I also go grocery shopping for my husband and I, so
Okay.
that definitely adds up.
Adds up, yeah. I shop for my boyfriend too, so I know how that is. They just like eat so much. You're like, oh my god. You're just buying a bunch. I get that. Okay. All right. So let's focus specifically on the meat. I like that you said you do frozen veggies because like I know sometimes you're like, yeah, I'm gonna buy my veggies, and then they all go bad in your fridge, and you're just like left there like, oh no.
And I've had that happen so many times.
Yeah, I know, and you feel bad like throwing it away. You're like,
course.
there goes my money, just down the toilet. So let's focus on the meat. So let's see, we're gonna focus on buying meat. What kind of meats do you usually buy? Like beef, chicken,
I buy a little bit
pork?
of everything. So it's definitely mostly chicken and beef.
Okay.
And usually the beef is actually shredded just because for
Yeah.
some reason I like it more.
Okay, yeah,
When
that
it's
sounds
ground.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, like the ground beef?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so, and you're gonna, let's see. So the measurable part of that would be like, maybe kind of planning out like your best deal. So I know Safeway has like chicken breasts for like there's 6 of them, and that's usually around $13 or so. And like I like to look through the ones, and I'm like looking through all of them. There's like $14 ones, $11 ones. Maybe kind of looking at the ounces and using this to figure out what's your best deal on the meats. And if you buy in bulk too, you can always freeze your meat too. It's just kind of tricky, you know, taking it out of, remembering to take it out of the freezer.
Yes, I definitely have that issue.
So let's see. All right. So maybe for your SMART goal, what we could do is say, you know, do you go grocery shopping once a week or 2 times a week?
Usually once every week or once every 2 weeks,
Okay.
depending on how much I'm actually eating out. Yeah.
So maybe we could do, you know, once a week, you're gonna go to the grocery store, you're gonna take a look at the pricing here and figure out your best deal on your meat, 'cause that's your most expensive item. And that should help you keep in your budget, and then it's gonna be something that you do regularly so that's attainable, it's realistic. And then check in with yourself, you know, a week later, maybe 2 weeks. Try it for a few weeks, see how it goes. And just at the end of every week on like Sunday when you're about to go grocery shopping again, you know, see how you're feeling with your eating habits and with your budget, and see if you feel like you're saving any money, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna write that down. So you're gonna go shopping once a week. And look at unit price for your meats, which would be like chicken and ground beef. And then check in after a week to see how you're feeling eating wise and budget wise. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm totally Alright, so, and then it said, you know, you said you're ready to do like a